Hola guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back. My name is Elle and this is my perspective. Today, guys, I want to chat with you about corn. Let me adjust my camera just a little bit because I feel like my afro is just like, ah. So I'm going to take you back in time just a little bit. Okay, a lot bit. For those of you who don't know, born and raised in Kansas. In Kansas, back in my day, the idea of a taco was those hard shells, corn shell things, like or the hard shells, hamburger meat, shredded lettuce, tomato, shredded cheese, and some sour cream. Like, yeah. And then the taco salsa stuff, like El Paso ness. You pour that all on, make it all whatever. Right? Take that very first bite, and the whole thing just shatters across your plate. It's just a mess. And then you mad because you got OCD. Your parents don't understand, but your plate look like somebody just like regurgitated everything on it, and you don't even want to eat no more because like why? Like why? I don't want to eat this. So that was that. Corn was always good. Like the whole sweet kernel corn. Oh my goodness, like those things were just great. Sweet corn. I just love that. Okay. And then I stopped eating it because it's GMO this. Let's move to Texas. As an adult, I moved to Texas and I was hearing this is just great here, y'all. I was hearing about soft shell tacos, and I was like, what's a soft shell taco? And they were like, it's like a flour tortilla and the same stuff that you would have in a taco. And I was just like, I'm good because keep in mind, I'm from Kansas. And so back in my day, a taco was still ground beef. Like I don't want no ground beef inside of a flour to I'm good. I'm good. And so they were like, no, 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 you can get this, and this. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then they even had like breakfast tacos, like that's a thing. So I would always do the breakfast tacos, the different tacos or whatever, and they were fine. Like we were good with soft tacos. But then they said something about a corn tortilla. And I was just like, what's the difference between corn and flour? And some people were like, it's a little bit harder. Like the corn tortilla is a little bit harder, it's firmer. And I was just like, I'm good, thank you. And so me and me and my child, we went somewhere like she's older and we decided that we were going to try a corn tortilla, right? I don't know what we ordered, but we shouldn't have ordered it because that scarred both of us. Like neither one of us wanted to do anything with a corn tortilla. It was just nasty. And the crazy thing is that maybe a year or two before I came here to Merida, my child was like, hey, I had a corn tortilla, like a taco with a corn tortilla, and it was good. And I was like, girl, you eat that by yourself? I'm gonna stick with my flour. And so get here in Merida, and I'm like, let me have a taco, like a legit taco. And so I couldn't find a taco anywhere. Like they all had corn tortillas. And I was nervous. So I was just like, no, I'll wait. I'll come back. I'll circle back later. Like when I'm ready. I'm not ready because I just see like a corn tortilla, like it just sucks the life out of you. Like that's how dry it is. And it could probably like cut and do some damage on the way down. Like I just well. So I'm out of my business going shopping and there is this smell. And this smell is just calling you to come hither, come closer. No, come down this aisle. Keep coming. I'm at the very end. And so you follow that smell all the way. And what do you find? A crowd of people. I can't see what the people are doing, but they are wherever this smell is. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. I see the word like somebody, you know how people have a little gap between them. So I saw the word Amaria. And so I was like, okay, Amaria. Okay, okay, I learned. Okay, yellow. I don't know what it is. And so once the crowd leaves, then I get to see what it is. They're in this ice chest, you know, those igloo ice chests from back in the day. Okay, so that's what it is, but it's not ice in there. It's warmness in there. And the sign says tortillas, 15 pesos per kilo. And so everybody was picking up just one and going about their business. So I get there and I open it up and I take out one. And it's in like a white paper, a white paper. Like, yeah, it's thicker than, the gift paper, the tissue paper. It's thicker than that. But excuse me, it's the white paper. And I end up getting it 15 pesos per kilo. I was like, okay, cool. And it was maybe like that. And so I get it up, she rings it up. I look at the receipt and I was only charged like 7-ish pesos because it was only half a kilo medio that I had actually purchased. I thought it was a kilo, but it wasn't. I'm still learning my weights and all those different conversions. And so I get home. Oh, it was soft, it was pliable, like it was not what I expected, but it smells good. Like there is this smell that it has. And it's a really good smell and it smells fresh. It smells like, don't you want me? And I'm like, yeah. And so I get home and y'all, TMI, but because it smelled so good, I legit, after I get home and wash my hands and everything, I go and I take and I get one tortilla and I just eat it, just plain. Cause I'm like, well, I gotta see what it tastes like, right? And so I was like, okay, so it is a little dry, it's not too dry and it's not anything like I was expecting. Like it folded, it did everything else. And I'm like, by the time I actually heat it up the same way that I would a tortilla, a flour tortilla, then it should be good. It should be good to go. And so I already had some queso here. It was manchego. And so I got that and I made myself a quesadilla, a cheese quesadilla. Okay, I'll take it back. I made myself 5 or 6 because these are small tortillas. Like they're small. They're like taco size, not burrito size. I'm used to eating with burrito size tortillas, and these are more like street taco size or something. So they're really small. So yeah, I feel like 5 or 6 quesadillas would do good, and they it was a snack. It was like a snack. So yeah, I was like, this stuff is good, and yeah. Yeah. Oh, with the manchego, you got to put a little salt on it because the manchego seemed like it's manchego. I I'm still learning my words, y'all. So anyway, that queso, it seemed like it needed a little flavor to it, so I add salt to it. And I was like, ooh, these things is real good. So yes, come day 2. Did we even make it to day 2? I can't remember. But I went to go get me some more tortillas, and I was like, what the hum of the heck, y'all? Those tortillas were crusty. Like I'm gonna throw y'all in the trash, crusty. Like I was mad. I could probably salvage 5 or 6 from it, right? Because it was crusty dusty. Hindsight. For those of y'all who don't know, don't leave that mess in that paper because the paper gonna dry it out. Like it's not supposed to stay in there. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So save yourself some pesos. Don't leave it in the paper. Okay. Don't do that. So yeah, what I ended up doing, those that were drying out, I took those, cut them up, and put some oil in the pan, fried them up on both sides, let it come out, added some salt. Did I even add some pepper? Ooh, I did. I added this Baja Cajun seasoning mix on it, and it was really good. So that's the tortilla shell. So the corn tortillas, y'all, they will call your name. So then let's fast forward a little bit. I had some popcorn, a couple of different popcorns, in a bag already done, which I'm not used to doing that. In the United States, I would do the popcorn kernels, popcorn kernels, grease, get you a pan, put the lid on it, and when it's done popping, then turn the fire off and that kind of thing. Like that's my thing. I don't use microwaves. So yeah, I had it already popped in the bag. And that smelled really good too. Like I'm telling y'all, they are using some real corn here. And then I ordered some movie popcorn because I wanted to try the popcorn at the movies to see how it tastes and everything. And it was a Friday. If you don't know me, on Fridays, I like to do junk food Fridays, like comfort foods, things that I would have in any of my other places that I've lived in previously. And so I wanted popcorn. And so I had Rappy go and get me some popcorn from Sinopolis, and they delivered it. Oh my goodness, like that popcorn smell is a whole vibe. It was a whole air freshener and I was loving it. It was the whole, like you were in the movie theaters, but I didn't have anything to watch on TV. So I was just like, this is good. So after I ate my nachos, which was also delivered by Rappi, because I had a whole thing delivered. Like I had the whole movie theater concession stand delivered to my home for my Friday, right? So yes, that's me. So I had finished my nachos and then I went to the popcorn container and everything. It was still warm and cozy. And I was like, ooh wee. And so I took and I opened the lid because it's a huge container, right? More than anything, more than I would eat if I had eaten nothing all day, it was still more popcorn than I would be able to eat. So I was just like, this is nice. This is so nice. And I hope it got some salt on it because I am a salt person. I hope this popcorn got some salt on it. It smelled so good. I took some popcorn, put it in my mouth. Why did it seem like they fixed that popcorn 2 weeks ago? And all they did was heat it up and bring it to my house. I was so freaking livid because not one, I had two of these big bad boys sitting on my counter, and I'm up like, I'm not about to eat either one. I'm not about to eat either one. Okay. Because that's how nasty it was. That's how stale that popcorn was. Y'all, here's the thing. I was so ready for that popcorn. I went onto Google or YouTube or wherever to see how to revive stale popcorn. And it was just like put it in the pan and try to heat it up again. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And it didn't work. It didn't work. So what I ended up doing, yeah, I'm putting all my business out there. So what I ended up doing is putting the popcorn back there, letting it be what it is. And I let it sit there overnight because that smell was so good in my house. I did not want to take it out to the trash immediately. And so then the next day I was like, okay, we ain't trying to call nobody to my house. So I ended up taking it, throwing it all in the trash, folded the boxes down, collapsed them down and all that stuff. And so, yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it smelled good, but it didn't taste good at all. And then the popcorn that's already popped in the bag, it tastes good, but it's like this much popcorn and then it's like that much of the fluff stuff at the bottom, the crusty dusty that then popped off and it's just like no good. Nobody want to eat that. That's what's in the bottom of the bag. So now let's fast forward to these elotes, right? So am I saying it right? Elotes. Elotes. Okay, yeah, I don't know how to say. Elotes. 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 Anyway, the corn, y'all, the corn. So I was looking, had Rappy, my friend. Rappy was my friend back then, y'all. I had my friend Rappy go to this place and bring me some. I had in my head, it was a loaded corn. You know how you have loaded fries? This was a loaded corn. It had mantequilla, um, what else? Queso, Ruffles, potato chips, queso flavor, sabor queso. It had some type of spiciness to it. I can't remember what else was on there. And then it was delivered, y'all, with this little bitty fork. And I was like, ooh, yeah, I'm about to use this little bitty baby fork. If y'all have not had delivery, like they will deliver y'all with some baby forks. And yeah, it's just fun. So I was like, okay, let me go on and get to town because that was my dinner for that day. This was a completely different week. And so that was my dinner. I took a bite and I was just like, what the heck? Did they cook this corn? Like as soon as I took and I did the first chew on that corn, it took me to this image of like, again, I don't know, but I had this image of this man or woman then got this fresh corn, they then shucked it and they didn't cut the corn off the cob and put it straight into that container. They didn't cook it, they didn't pass go, they did not collect no $200, they didn't do nothing. And then they put all the stuff on top of it, and somehow they heated it up without cooking the corn. Like it was so nasty, and I was just like, I must be doing it wrong because everybody says that elotes is really good. And so I was like, I got to be doing it wrong. And so I took the little fork and I was like, let me get some of this. Now let me come over here and get some of this sauce and try it. Nope, still nasty. Let me get this and let me try the cheese and try it. Nope, still nasty. Let me get this and this potato chip. The potato chip was soggy. I didn't even want a potato chip on it. So I took the potato chip back off and I was just like, let me try, maybe I need to add some salt. So I added some salt. Now, because I added my salt, yeah, I got this special salt. It is an applewood smoked sea salt. I ain't gonna mess around with that stuff because I cannot find it here. So I'm not gonna mess around with it. But because I put it on my corn, I now have to eat the corn. That corn was nasty. I thought the salt was gonna help because salt helps everybody taste better, but it didn't. It did not. So I was just like, excuse me, do not. Like I made a note to not go back to that store. So if I see it as a place on the app and I click on it in my Google apps, it's gonna have a note. Don't go there. Don't go there. It was nasty. It wasn't cooked. So if you are seeing this video and you know of a good place that does street corn, elotes, whatever it's called, here in Merida, not Oaxaca, not Mexico City, not any other place, but here in Merida, put in the comment section. Let me know so I can try it because right now, elotes, then gone from being somewhere up here at the top because like for real, corn tortillas was good and it was over. I was scared of corn tortillas, but I'm not now. Like it's addictive. And so it's at the top. And I thought elotes and everything else that was going to be corn based was going to be up here at the top too, but no, it's not. It's all the way at the bottom. It's at the bottom. It's like dragging. It's like barely keeping up. I don't even know if it's going to be able to stay on the list. Like it's probably going to get flopped off somewhere. Anyway, so if you know of a place that's good, legit, let me know. Put in the comment section. If you don't know of a place or if you think you've heard of a place, put in the comment section. But if you can't stand by it with your name, then just say, I heard that this is a good place. And I'm not gonna be mad at you if it's nasty. If it's nasty, I won't be mad at you. But yeah, so let me know. The other thing that I do want to tell you, along with the corn and everything else, while corn is really good and I've had a really great time with corn, my body gets to where it is taking in too much of it because again, corn is it's a staple here. And because it is, it's in a lot of things. And so just be mindful of your body and how your body acts and reacts. And if you start not feeling too good or too hot afterwards, then it's probably your corn and the intake of corn that you are having. So again, I went from not really doing corn in America because like I'm not going to do no corn tortillas. I did do Tostitos corn chips, like for nachos. Yep. And popcorn, but I didn't like OD it like I do here with these. I'm telling y'all, those tortillas, those corn tortillas, I see why you need to learn how to make them because you want them every day and you want them fresh every day. Like they are not, y'all try them when you get here. So yeah, just be mindful of how your body acts or reacts if you are not used to corn, because I do not want y'all developing any kind of corn sensitivities. My body does do something weird-ishness. So I take a break. And when I take my break, I end up going to flour tortillas, which I did find y'all sitting in the back corner section. For real, it is in the corner. It's in the corner of Sam's. And so I get those. And I think I'm on month 2 of having flour tortillas just to give myself a break before I go back to corn tortillas. So by the end of this month, next month, then I will be back to my corn tortillas. But I do know definitely to be balanced and to do it in moderation because even though it's real good and addictive, y'all, I do not want to be intolerant to corn because I'm in Mexico. And how's that going to sound for me to be in Mexico and can't have nothing corn? Like, what is that? No tamales? I haven't had tamales before. Um, but yeah, so like, comment, subscribe because y'all know I can go on forever. Like, comment, subscribe for real. If you know a place that has legit street corn or a vendor or anything, put it in the comment section. Like, even if it's worth me taking an Uber over there, let me know and put in the comment section. Until then, guys, have a great one. Bye, y'all.